Alright, hello, welcome to my game engine demo project. So it's supposed to have about 40 objects in the world, and some different textures and things. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different textures, got a few different shaders I'll show. And objects need to control their own behaviors. And I've got some different camera views that I can switch between. Alright, so I've got that. I've got some models. Got a cube. Got a pyramid. That's the cube again. That's the pyramid. I've got this bumpy texture that I did just some procedural generation, just sort of playing around with that. Not super happy with how it turned out, but it's not terrible. It's got oh, there we go. I've also set it up so that I can grab and manipulate objects in the world. And then I can drop them again. I'm not going to demo my wireframe shader object because I felt like it was better just to show that wireframe is achievable just by flipping on and off whether or not OpenGL is rendering lines or filling triangles. Alright, so this big guy we're looking at right now is triangle strips. So that was fun. I calculated them, wrote them out to a file, and now I'm just reading that in over and over again so that it doesn't need to do those loops. And it only needs to read that in from a file once because it's all cached and whatnot. Here's a sphere. It did not solve my T-bounce issues, so it's hard to get more than just one object at a time. Here, what just happened there? There's a bunch of cubes. There's a bunch of pyramids. And here's a monkey face. You can see that everything is rotating relative to my camera's position. We'll zoom out, and here's camera 2, here's camera 3, camera 4, nothing. Is too far away, and the target distance is nice summer with the targeting there. And I can also remove objects from the world one at a time. Or we can just go ahead and reset back to our original state. My memory management isn't entirely finished yet. I'm going to close this. Okay. But that's just so I don't want to accidentally overload everything. I didn't realize that head was rendering upside down when I put it in the world. Okay, well, whatever. It's all relative anyway. So just so we can see this guy has its own state data, but shares its model data. I've got so many keys bound, I'm not sure which ones do what. Camera, don't exit. So we got that guy, and that guy. We have this middle one, and we can see that he's not the only one. can also change the shaders, which are independent of the other objects. And we've got these different textures. I didn't have, I added couldn't remember how many textures I needed to have for this project off the top of my head, and I probably should just look at the sheet, but I didn't. So I'm using the Space Invader spreadsheet as one of my textures because it's in the correct format. As we can see, obviously the growth doesn't change. Well, that's a different kind of cube. So everything is held by the object. Okay. And alright, so now we want to show the different shaders. We've got this is a counterclockwise light point light diffusion. This is Blinn Phong. You can see that, it acts like Blinn Phong lighting. It's fun. Okay. These. This is just a flat texture. It's just, the texture itself. This is the clockwise diffuse light. And do I have another one? Yeah. And then the color guy. This is just colored based on the verts in the model. Okay. And then to show that I can have a lot of, any given object. Each of these spheres has some 1,000 plus, maybe 1,500 verts. And we can see all that from here. I can probably grab something. There we go. Now the sphere, obviously the sphere textures did not quite work out. It's because this is using triangle strips, just like the other texture. And I was trying to work with, that was the first model I tried to work with from Blender. The second model I tried to work with from Blender was the monkey head, and that worked out a lot better. They all work with their texturing. The Blinn Phong lighting is much more interesting on the monkey model than on anything else, I think, just in terms of there's more ridges and stuff, so you can really see how the light sort of plays. So there's that. Monkey is just regular triangles, not triangle strips. Oh. Starting to freak out. I did have a fatal power error come up during my first attempt at recording this video. So I'm hesitant to do too much. I had quite a bit more stuff that I drew on the screen before. I'm not sure if that was related, but it's a little too late to look into that. It shouldn't matter too much. It may be that my graphics card is getting too hot. I'm not really sure. Okay. So we've got this drawn in here. It's kind of fun looking. Look at how many cubes, and they all overlap, and it's really fun, right? Done this a few times, which is neat. You just like, do a big circle in space, right? Um, so yeah, I've got quite a bit going on in here in terms of the textures all being reused, the shaders are all being reused. Model data is being read out of files that I'm putting it in my own particular format. I am feeding in the verts for the shape, the indices, and the normals, and the UVs all separately, so that they can be reused in certain configurations. And then to read them out, it's just reading them out as one struct that's all of the UVs, the verts, and the normals, and then just using the indices to select those now that they're all paired up. Sphere thing took way too long, and the monkey head was much easier, even though it looks like a more complicated structure. It was way easier to do. I mean, I pulled these things out of Blender. The monkey and the sphere. The cube was provided for me, and the pyramid I did myself by hand just to sort of get a feeling for how the geometry works there. So that was fun. Yeah, so this is my graphics engine. Couldn't figure out how it would, what would be a good way to demo it, so I came up with this interface for picking up and drawing, manipulating objects and drawing objects in the world. Pretty simple stuff. Only works because everything is in a tree hierarchy that's easily traversable. I mean, it's not a full-blown hierarchy, really, since I'm not really taking advantage of anything about the tree other than the fact that I have iterators for it. There's some stuff with the camera, I guess, to so that I don't have to update each camera. I just update one camera, the active camera, and then when I switch, it updates the camera that it wasn't on. So yeah, that's my project. That took me 10 weeks. I didn't know any OpenGL. I did the math library myself. The file system wraps is actually a wrapper around the Windows native file system. I have a memory system that I need to implement and include that wraps the Windows Heap API. But right now, I think that this is in pretty good shape. I can just shove anything I want in there. Just create a model, add it to a manager, and then with the key press, I can find that model. The same with everything else, as long as I have the enum name, or there's other ways I can implement the find. It just searches, the manager just searches through its tree and finds it for me. So yeah, feel pretty great about this, considering I had no idea what I was doing to begin with. Thank you.